file select screen, the text in the top right will read, "Welcome to your mansion," then fade into, "Welcome to our mansion." And if that was a little spooky for you. You can attempt to delete your save file, but when doing this unforgivable action, some text will read, "You can erase the files, but not the fear." In the tutorial menu in the training room, some groovy tunes will play in the background, but if you wait a few minutes, a secret tune will play. This tune is called Totaka's Song, which is a tune made by composer Kazumi Totaka, who puts this song in every game he composes, like Mario Paint and Link's Awakening. When you approach King Boo earlier in the game without the correct amount of boos and ask for Mario, he will say, "I will not give up my favorite decoration. I like Mario just where he is." This line is a reference to Star Wars Return of the Jedi. You know, the one where... In that film, Jabba the Hutt is in possession of Han Solo trapped in carbonite, kinda like how Mario is trapped in a painting. Despite diving into hundreds of paintings in Mario 64, Jabba's line is, "I will not give up my favorite decoration. I like Captain Solo just where he is." Anytime when you talk to a Toad, this tune will play. This tune is the same one that plays when you talk to a Toad in Super Mario 64. After absolutely demolishing the twin ghosts in hide and seek, Henry and Orville will freak out and try to kill you. Henry rides a car and Orville rides a plane. The names and what they ride are references to the names of Henry Ford, who's the founder of Ford Cars, and Orville Wright, who made the first working airplane with his brother. After your killing spree on the mansion, Luigi, please. It's just a child. You can frame your ghost bodies in portraits, and while electrocuting your already dead ghost, you can see a little screen that shows a picture of 3 ghosts playing poker. This photo is actually a screenshot from the Luigi's Mansion beta trailer shown at Space World 2000. When you go outside to the courtyard and go near the well, you can hear Mario screaming, "Hey Luigi, what's the holdup?" When the blackout occurs in the game, a phone will start to ring. When you pick up the phone and talk for a bit, a lightning strike will occur, and when that happens, you can see Luigi's shadow is suspended in air. Ooh, did he hang himself? In the opening scene of Dark Moon, we get a look at what Luigi's house looks like. His house is actually a reference to the first Luigi's Mansion. If you were bad at the game, you were rewarded with a rank D house. This is the house that Luigi lives in, so I guess the true ending of Luigi's Mansion is to suck ass. Inside Luigi's house, we can see behind Luigi what looks like the map that was first used in the opening scene of Luigi's Mansion. In the same scene, Luigi approaches his TV to turn it off. This is most likely a reference to how the girl in the 1982 horror film Poltergeist approaches the TV. And that film is also about spooky ghosts. We also get a look at Gadd's new hut that doesn't look like an outhouse. This new design takes inspiration from the hut used in Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Whenever you are being transported to a mansion, the loading screen will always show you the tiny cubes of Luigi's body floating through a green wormhole, but sometimes the loading screen will change it up randomly and have a giant cube in the middle. This cube is actually a reference to the Gamecube main menu screen, where you would navigate around a cube, adjust your settings, and decide if you should play Luigi's Mansion on full brightness. When you enter Gloomy Manor for the first time, the scene is quite similar to the cutscene that plays when you first enter the mansion in Luigi's Mansion 1. When you approach the spider boss in Dark Moon, you have to ride an elevator. While in the elevator, some music starts playing. This music was actually used in Super Mario Strikers as the pause menu screen. Super Mario Strikers was also a game made by Next Level Games, who developed Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and Luigi's Mansion 3. This isn't really an Easter egg, but when you call for Mario in Dark Moon, one of the exact voice lines from the first Luigi's Mansion is reused for Dark Moon. Mario! Mario! In the opening cutscene, when the camera pans to Luigi, a little jingle will play. This jingle, to me, resembles a part from the Hyrule Field theme from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Checking into the hotel, Mario can't help but grab himself a slice of that sweet strawberry cake. Mario trying to chow down on this cake is probably a reference to Mario 64, where you are promised cake at the beginning of the game and rewarded some when finishing the game. Hanging from the chandelier, there are picture frames of Toad, Luigi, Mario, and Peach. These are 4 of the playable characters that you could play in Super Mario Bros. 2. Talking to Mario will play the Super Mario Bros. Theme song, and talking to Peach will play the Peach's Castle theme from Super Mario 64. When King Boo confronts Luigi and says, "But guess what? I got out," he says the exact line in Dark Moon before fighting him. After this, he then chases you down the hole like he did in Dark Moon. He also does something like this later near the end of the game where he says, "You were all schleep, schloop, schlorb, schleeg," which he also says in Luigi's Mansion 1. When you find the Poltergust G00, the cutscene that plays is a callback to how Luigi found the Poltergust 5000 in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. In Mario's room, we can see that Mario has not inhaled 1, but 3 pizza boxes read, since 1983, which is the year when the Mario Bros. Arcade game was released. In Peach's room, you can find an umbrella on the floor. This umbrella is the one that she uses in the Smash Bros. Series and the Paper Mario series. After releasing Gadd from his prison, Gadd will then give you Luigi and mention how he gave a prototype version of Luigi to someone for testing, which is a reference to the Luigi's Mansion 3DS remake, or a future version of Gadd gives the past Gadd from the first Luigi's Mansion a test version of Luigi. This is also a reference to how Gadd created time travel and Mario and Luigi partners in time. Gadd also gives Luigi a virtual Boo, which is a reference to the Virtual Boy, one of Nintendo's most successful consoles. Also, when you use your strobe bulb on Gadd, he will strike a pose that is similar to Marilyn Monroe's pose in the 7-Year Itch. On the 3rd floor, you encounter a ghost mole cop. This mole cop references some characteristics and scenes from the Laugh Out Loud Paul Blart Mole Cop Duology Extended Edition with 14 extra seconds. When you come out of the shopping area, the chairs are magically stacked, similar to how the chairs stacked on the kitchen table in Poltergeist. On the 4th floor, you fight a ghost who possesses a piano. Its attitude and design is probably a homage to the piano in Mario 64 at Big Boo's Horn. In the back room of the music stage, you can find a piano that is missing some keys. By shining your black light, you can bring the keys back into existence. You can then interact with the piano that then plays the library theme from Dark Moon.
What? Huh?
On the 5th floor, when you walk outside of the hotel, you can find a tiny little room full of cobwebs and spiders. A theme will play that is very reminiscent of Raiders of the Lost Ark, when Indiana and Doc Ock encounter the spiders. Also on that same floor, you encounter the maid, who takes Gadd's briefcase. When she's taken it, you can see behind her the sketches of the Poltergusts from the previous games. The Poltergust 3000, the Poltergust 5000, and the current design Luigi wears in the game, the Poltergust G00. In Gadd's room, you can find a radio in the bathroom. By flashing your strobe bulb, it will play this. This theme is Gadd's main theme in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. On the 8th floor, there are some posters for some movies. The first one on the right is Mario from Super Mario Strikers doing a super strike. The second one on the left is a reference to the promotional art for Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, but from a different angle. The third poster is a picture of the cast from Mario Strikers Charged. The 4th picture, it's very unclear, but to me it looks like the mansion from Luigi's Mansion 1 from like the side. And the final poster is a picture of Little Mac and Doc Lewis from Punch-Out. And when you plunge the poster, Little Mac's punching glove will pop out. The reason why Punch-Out and Mario Strikers are referenced here is because Next Level Games developed them. On the film sets, there is a giant spider, which calls back to the giant spider boss in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, a girl that pops out of the well, like the girl in The Ring, and a bike with something wrapped in the front basket, like the movie E.T. You also fight a kaiju that acts and blows blue flames, like Godzilla. In the sewers on B2, you can find a paper boat and a single balloon, which might be referencing it? On the 11th floor, you find some carpet which is the same design as the Shining's carpet. The floor's design also seems to be the floor used in Twin Peaks. On some floors you can spot little hints to the Dark Moon, like on the 10th floor with the giant pyramid and the 12th floor that is themed after the pirates. You can even find more references like that in the game, like around the hotel there are framed pictures of Gloomy Manor and 2 models of it, like on the 11th floor under some cloth and on the final floor, when you spin that little windmill thing. On the 13th floor, when you interact with the bike treadmill with your vacuum, the Donkey Kong hammer sound effect will play. On the 14th floor, you can spin some vinyls that reveal a hidden block from the wall. You can even hit your head on it like Super Mario Bros. When you fight King Boo, you can knock him out and slam him to the ground. After you slam him to the ground, little dark moons spin around his head, which is a reference to Luigi's mentioned. In the final moments of defeating King Boo, he will float on over to Luigi and recreate the same promotional art for Dark Moon. Also guys, Kazumi Totaka's name is in the credits under sound supervisors, so could his little tune be in the game? Who knows?